Hey everybody, it's Yada and welcome back to another tutorial. So today we're going to be learning how to draw male bodies. Now I told you I was going to come back with another tutorial and I was true to my word, so clap for me in the comments. Nah, I'm joking. Without further ado, I'm going to start off with my guidelines. I'm doing a lightly sketched circle at the top for the head, and then I'm going to go down the middle, and that's going to be our line of symmetry. And then here you can see me sketching out the rib cage. Now I said in my previous video, which if you haven't watched that yet, go watch it, and that is the female body tutorial. But I talked about how this is basically the building block stage, how we're basically breaking things down on a more simplified level. This is like the simplified version of a skeleton, and we're just breaking things down simply by shapes. And it's just all gonna piece together. Just keep watching. So you can kind of see me draw like a trapezoid like shape for my rib cage, and then I curve it in the center, and then right below that little ball that I'm drawing in the middle is going to be where the waist area is. Now I'm just mapping lines here to help me see how big I need my hips to be, and then once I do that I just erase it, and then I sketch in my hips. I make it look a little bit like underwear, and then that's going to be the guideline for our torso area. Now that we've completed the guidelines for our torso area, I'm basically going to sketch these little balls or these little circles where my arms, my shoulders, and my legs are supposed to be. And then from that point on, we're just going to sketch our arms in, and then our legs in, and then basically the little balls indicate like the joints for where your shoulders are, where your elbows are, where your knees are, your hip socket. So basically just look at things from like an anatomical standpoint. Yes, I had to look that word up, pronunciation and everything, but like I was saying, drawing those joints in. And another tip is that if you want to see how long you want your upper forearm to be, I think that's what it's called, I normally measure it up to my waist. So I go in the middle of that ball that we sketched earlier, and then I make a straight line to make them even. And then I make another line which is below my hips, and I basically just like sketch how long I want my arms to be in general. For this part, I am sketching in the guidelines for my hands, and I kind of like to think of a crane, like one of those crane games. But of course, it is important to have a reference at hand. If you're still getting familiar at anatomy, practice makes perfect. Like I always say in my videos, try over and over again. Don't get frustrated. You're not always gonna get something the first try. Even with myself, there's some challenges that I've recently overcame with my art because I practice. Well, I fell off for a long time, but once I got back to practicing, there's a lot of things that I was able to improve and get better at. But yeah, I'm just gonna start at my hip guideline, and then I'm gonna make two straight lines going down, and that's where our upper thigh is going to be, and then circle for our knees, and then now we're gonna draw the lower legs. And then after that, I pretty much just sketch the circles for the ankles, and then I sketch in the general shape of our foot. Now I'm gonna sketch out the shape of my head, starting from the circle of the guideline that we sketched earlier. Okay, now this is where the fun begins. We are gonna start the actual sketch. So after I sketch my head, I usually just move down to my neck, and then down to the shoulders, the torso, and then just work my way down. When you're drawing a male body, keep in mind that the male body is very different from the female body. There's differences like more muscle mass. Males tend to have a bigger rib cage, a wider neck, and just overall broader features. In this stage, just make sure that your lines are clean while using medium pressure and not pressing too hard, because when you make a mistake, you're going to be able to erase it. So you can see in this stage how I'm basically curving over those shoulder joints. That's why those guidelines are there, to help you and to guide you, to show you how the shape of your body is supposed to be. Like each circle guideline is a joint. Now after I'm done with the neck and the shoulders, I'm going to work on the torso. So the male that we're drawing today is going to have very defined tone muscular features. And for the chest area, I'm just making a little trapezoid shape, and then towards the abdominal ribcage region, I'm just drawing those two lines and then enhancing the line of symmetry. Basically just making a general shape so I can see how I'm going to draw the abs and the overall shape of the muscle definition. And then right in that circle, I just add my belly button. And then from there, I'm just gonna start drawing our waistline by bringing the waist into that area where you see the circle in the line. And then I'm also making sure that my lines are very free-handed and just like they have curves, just to make it more realistic, because if you think of our bodies, it's not just straight lines. And then here I'm just sketching the shape of the lower region, and then sketching in my hips by obviously following the guidelines. Okay, now I'm going to be sketching my arms, which is also going to be fairly muscular. And then here I started sketching the legs, but then I changed up and then I just drew two ovals where my thigh area is and where my lower leg area is. And then I kind of redrew the little circle for where I wanted my knees, just to help me on the overall shape of the legs, the position I wanted it, just to make drawing the legs a little bit more easier. Just following the shape of the oval and making sure that my lines have curve. I'm getting the definition of the muscles like the calves and the thighs. And then as you go down and then you work your way down to the feet, make sure you're outlining those ankles and following the shape of the feet. Okay, so for the hands, I'm just outlining the shape that we already had in the guideline stage, and then just making lines for the fingers. Okay, I'm just gonna go back up here and basically just go over and add detail to my chest area and the abdominal area, and just sculpt out the muscles, adding definition. Here I'm just drawing the collarbone and then the Adam's apple around the neck area. Okay, so now that we have most of our material down, I'm just erasing by taking a big eraser and then just erasing the guidelines. And then in this step, you will erase some of your features. So I'm just gonna go back in and sketch back in my features for real this time. So you can see that I am going to make my lines a little bit thicker, a little bit harsher, but not too harsh. Just because I know this is like pretty much how I want my body to look like. So we're just locking in, and then we're gonna add some details on top of that. And then I'm also going back in areas and drawing lines to add definition to the shape and to the muscles, and then also drawing in my knees and the toes. And then after everything is done, I just go around my body and add little moles as our finishing touch. So that's how you know that we're pretty much done. And then afterwards, I'm just gonna quickly draw in my face so it's not just a faceless body. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate all the love and support that I've been getting from you guys, especially you guys who's been watching my tutorials and my videos all the way through. And I really just love and I appreciate you guys so much, and I will always say that. So yeah, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. There will be more future tutorials very soon. And have a very nice day. Love you. Bye.